Right, thanks, Rory. I'm a little bit nervous, so I might just... maybe I'll come out and do it properly. Yeah, well, thank you, Rory, for doing all the important bits that I'd normally forget and muck up.
Being a hooper?
Being a hooper, yeah, I'm related to that one, so generally muck up is my forte. So thanks, Greg. That's great for that. Yeah, and thanks to all the guys that came to the stag do for helping us prep Greg for his wedding with a nice healthy waxing with a load of duct tape. Whilst he was in his dress, we all kind of gave him a good waxing, so I think Amy should probably thank us for that as well, generally, for his wedding day. I think he looks much better now, so the Austin Power look has gone a little bit, looking a bit more, natural. Yeah, so it's my turn to be the annoying little brother, do all the annoying bits, although I'm going to keep it nice and short because Greg's attention span is limited. So, any more than 5 minutes and he'll probably be composing. Something twiddling, you know, what he's like. But yeah, so Greg, Grandad, Egghead, Greggy Bear, all the names for Greggy Poo, my lovely brother. So Rory's already explained why Greg was called Egghead, you know, for the huge size of his bulging head. And, but why was he called Grandad? So, from a very young age, Greg was kind of wise and old beyond his years. He was that kid at school that most kids, when they got to school, would undo their top button and be like, yeah, I'm free. My parents have gone, I can do what I like. Greg would keep his done up, you know. People's trousers would get crumpled, Greg would be straight in the pull of his socks if they fell down. He would, you know, have a perfectly combed mushroom cut. That really fashionable look that we both went through. Painfully, Mum used to stick a bowl on her head, get a pair of scissors, and it was just cheaper than barbers, so that's what we both ended up with. But yeah, he was very old from a very young age. I think one of my favourite stories is Mum getting a phone call from one of the teachers saying, I just have to tell you about a brilliant story about Greg. When he was being told in a class full of students about the Immaculate Conception of Christ, you know, the virgin birth, that miracle, and Greg puts his hand up and goes, but no, miss, they must have mated. Doesn't miss a trick. Yeah. Always wise beyond his years, even at so Greg has also shared with me his love of music, and we've played in bands together. You know, he's dragged me into every band he's been in, kicking and screaming, but that's just how I drum. And yeah, I'm actually very thankful for that. You know, there's been a lot of good times, and yeah, a lot of people here kind of shared in that, so thank you for that, Greg. Probably shouldn't say that, that's not a nice, that's not a mixtape, but...
Sorry for criticising the drumming.
Every time. You missed a beat. But yeah, I also had to deal with Greg's complete and total immersion in the land of music and the land of Greg, which he's already been in when he met my girlfriend earlier today, and she was having a nice full-blown conversation with him, and Greg just kind of twiddled off in his own little world. And Rachel carried on talking. I went, oh, I don't think he's listening anyway. Oh, no, sorry, what? Yep. And still managed to reel off exactly what she had said. Somehow. It's just, I don't know how he does it. But yeah, back in the day, growing up, I used to be sent up to Greg's room to fetch him down for dinner. This sounds like a really easy task. Go get your brother for dinner. Like, how difficult can that be? So I go up, Greg would be playing with his guitar, you know, rock pose. Badass, rocking away, looking in the mirror, straight living the dream. And I'd walk into his room and be like, Greg, dinner's ready. Just, you know, I didn't even exist at that point. Just be rocking away, loving it. Like, Greg, dinner's on the table. Yep, it's getting cold, just completely in his own world. I'd get up to his face, be like, Greg, dinner's on the table! Get cold, come on! And he would ignore me for up to, you know, 10, 15 minutes of me kind of trying to dance, checking he hadn't passed out and was just kind of miraculously still stood or something like that. And then eventually we kind of snapping, yeah, I heard you the first time. Yeah, go on, I'm trying to play the guitar. Yeah. He was a prima donna. He's kind of grown out of that a little bit now, but back in the day, proper prima donna. Absolute nightmare. But yeah, and I'd also like to thank Amy for bringing Greg out of Greggy Land. I'm not quite sure how she's done it, but a few good friends have commented like, oh my god, Greg can hold a conversation now. What has she done? I remember Mum saying like, have you seen the pile of clothes on his bedroom floor has gone down? And I went round to Greg's house and I saw this lovely clothes basket, which kind of looked like a dog basket, where Greg goes, gets changed and just peels off everything. It's a laundry basket, but it's a dog basket. But yeah, whatever you're doing, Amy, you're doing an amazing job. Thanks. Thank you very much for, fixing Greg. No, not really. Not fixing, just improving. But yeah, one soppy bit at the end that, I have to keep short. I think he's nodding. One of my favourite things phone calls that I had fairly recently with Greg was when he found out that he was going to have Ted. And I was like, so, how do you feel about, having a baby? How are you with all this? This is quite big news. And he was like, just really casually and nonchalantly like, it's just the meaning of life. Good. Yeah. That's just Greg, and that's why we all love you. And yeah, I absolutely love my older brother, and really pleased to welcome Amy to the family. She's amazing. And so happy, Ted is such a crazy, amazing, happy baby. And yeah, thank you all so much for coming and everyone that's spoken. And if we could all raise a toast to the lovely bride and groom again.